So welcome to Economics Malawi, Introduction to Stata. This is lesson 7. The aim of this lesson is to perform a two-sample t-test, in Stata. So we want to test using the auto dataset from United States of America. This dataset contains data of automobiles. So this data contains some variable which recorded fuel consumption in terms of mileage per gallon. So I want to test whether cars made in America or cars made outside America have got the same fuel consumption in mileage per gallon. So the null hypothesis tests that the mean consumption of fuel is not different for cars made in USA and cars made outside USA, while the alternative is saying that the mean fuel consumption is different for cars made in USA and cars made outside USA. So we want to test at 0.05 significance level or 5% significance level. So our criteria is to reject the null hypothesis when we find that our p-value is less than the alpha value of 0.05. Otherwise, we're going to fail to reject the null hypothesis. And the decision will be stating whether there is enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis or we have no enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis. So this enough evidence shall be found using the p-value. So if p-value is less than 0.05, we have enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis. But if you find the p-value greater than 0.05, it means we have not enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis. So our conclusion will depend on the p-value that we got and the decision that we made. So if we find the p-value of 0.05, less than 0.05, we're going to reject the null hypothesis and conclude that the minimum per gallon fuel consumption for cars made in USA and outside USA is not the same because we have rejected the null hypothesis. But if we find the p-value greater than 0.05, it means we have failed to reject the null hypothesis. So we shall conclude that the mean mileage per gallon fuel consumption is not different. So in Stata, after running this two-sample t-test, we'll get something like this. So this is the output from the two-sample t-test, and it's showing us the mean fuel consumption for domestic cars and foreign-made cars. This is the mean for domestic, and this is the mean for foreign. And this is the difference between the foreign-made cars and domestic-made cars in terms of fuel consumption. So we are testing whether this difference is significant. So the null hypothesis is here, which says the difference is 0, while the alternative is saying the difference is not equal to 0, meaning that the null hypothesis is refuting the alternative. The alternative hypothesis is refuting the null hypothesis. So see the p-value that we got from Stata is 0.005. And this p-value is less than the 0.05 p-value that we have set as our cut point. Now, if we find the p-value less than 0.05, like in this case, it means we are rejecting this statement that says the difference is equal to 0. And so we are going to decide to say that now we have found enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis by looking at the p-value. So we can say that the mean mileage per gallon fuel consumption for cars in USA is different. And you can see this is the difference. And we have found that this difference is significant. So we want to use Stata. We want to use Stata to produce output that we have just seen. So the aim of this lesson is to be able to use Stata to perform a two-sample t-test. So we're going to use the dataset automobile data set, so we are using the command system use auto. So we have got this 1978 automobile data. These are the variables. So we want to do a t-test. So I say t-test, and we are testing mileage per gallon by foreign. So we're going to use the foreign variable as this variable as a categorizing. So t-test not to. Okay, so we have managed to run the t-test command. This is the statement. We type t-test, then the variable miles per gallon here, comma, by what. So we want to categorize the test into two samples. One sample is foreign made cars and the other sample is homemade cars. So this is the output that I was explaining in the presentation. So here you can see these are the same results, the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. This is a two-tailed sample, so we are using this p-value instead of this p-value, which is the right tail test, and instead of this file, which is this is the left tail test, this is the right tail test. But we are interested in this two-tailed test, so the p-value here is less than the alpha value. So indeed, we have rejected the null hypothesis, which is here, and then we are accepting this alternative hypothesis, which is telling us that fuel consumption, the main fuel consumption for foreign cars is different to that of homemade cars in USA. That's what we can say now. So these are standard errors, standard deviations, confidence intervals. This confidence interval is telling us that this mean must be in this between these two values, and this mean as well must be between these two values, and that's true. So it means our results are significant, and indeed we have found a significant evidence to reject the null hypothesis and conclude that the mean mileage per gallon fuel consumption for cars made in USA and cars made outside USA is different. Thank you very much.